Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Akim out there, pushing this word with all truth and sincerity, and to all you believers out there who believe it on the gospel. And it's the brother Kwar Rabbi from the GMS Houston camp. And, just want to go into another lesson, most importantly, be edifying. And I'm going to say Salaki in advance, as they sound a little under the weather, so to speak. So hey, Salaki, you hear the sniffs, the coughs and whatnot. But I want to go into a lesson, man, as I was reading that John 21 today, my little break. And it was that account when Yahweh Shai, he was with the disciples, for the third time after he rose. And after they ate, so on and so forth, Peter was Yahweh Shai told Peter to follow him. Yahweh Shai said, look, come on, follow me. And Peter, he noticed John walking behind him. And he said, look, what about him? Yahweh Shai said, in other words, we gonna read it, we gonna read it anyway, but Yahweh Shai was like, look, what is that to you? What he got to do with you? In other words, you follow me, you follow me, man. And it hit me like, man, that's exactly what it is with us, what it is with us. Because when you go into the scriptures, we got many accounts on great men, right? Abraham's, the Jacobs, Moses, right? Judas Maccabees, so on and so forth. Just Yahweh Shai, King Saul, just throwing them out there. Many of them, like Apostle Paul said in Hebrews 11, time will fail me if I was to name everybody, right? But when we read those scriptures and those different accounts, guess what? It's different stories. Although it's the same purpose, got the same belief, one power. And we speaking of the elect. We talking about elect members who in the scriptures. We ain't just talk, in Jeroboam. We talking about elect members. They all had different stories, that's who we want to be a part of. So as we all follow Yahweh Shai, look, we gonna have different paths. Different spirits, different gifts, different faith, different understanding. Hey, even different mercies. Everybody ain't gonna have the same mercies. One brother might better do something that the Lord ain't too fond of another brother doing. For example, I'm sure back then the Most High wouldn't just let everybody live who committed adultery or murdered somebody. No, the judgment for that is death. But why did he let King David? And he gave King David mercy, not just mercy, everlasting mercy. Guess what? That didn't fly with everybody. Peter denied the Lord 3 times. But Yahweh Shai said himself, whosoever deny me, he gonna deny them. But Peter still is the rock of the church. The point is, it's different mercies. But as we on our walks, even go be different our temptations. Brothers gonna get tried by different things. All the same thing, because the scriptures do say the same afflictions are accomplishing your brethren in the world. But let's go ahead and get the scripture, and we can go from there. This is John. I'm gonna read the account, and it also goes into that working out our own salvation too with fear and trembling, fear and trembling, because all the scriptures say iron sharpen iron, two are better than one, 3 cord, roughly paraphrasing, rope cannot be broken, but when it comes down to us here come up hither, actually being in the chariot, another brother can't help us get in there. A brother get beamed up and you grab his ankle, holding on by his shoelace. It's different. Hey, yeah, but the point is we all do to a degree need each other, because as it said in Ephesians 4:16, the body is compacted together by which every joint supplieth. Every gift the brother got is needed. Every spirit is needed. But let's get this real quick in John, But again, although we got that same end game to 8, because we will come on different paths and meet together at the end anyway. When it said First Thessalonians 4, and meet the Lord in the aisle, so shall we ever be with the Lord. But this is John 21. I ain't trying to make it a long lesson or nothing. But this John 21, And I'll start at 17 just so you know who it's talking about. It says, John 21:17, and he said unto him the third time, this Yahushua speaking to Peter, it says, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Man, I didn't want to start cutting grass. But he says, Simon, son of Jonas. Salaki for the background noise if y'all can hear. But he says, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? And Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time, lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord, right? Thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. And Yahushua said unto him, feed my sheep. And verily, verily, I say unto thee, when thou wast young, thou girdest thyself and walkest whether thou wouldest. So he about to tell people, look, this Peter, this how you gonna go out. Tell him, look, when you was, free, so to speak, you was able to do what you want. Right? It says, but when thou shalt be old, thou shalt stretch forth thy hands, and another shall gird thee and carry thee whithersoever thou wouldest not. You look, use Yahushua for that example when the Lord, you see, got taken up. He was bound in chains. He couldn't just walk away from the situation. Right? But before that, he was, moving around. And I believe it's in the history, I believe it's Peter. A brother could correct me, on the comment board, but I believe it's Peter, which is not in the scriptures, is what they say in the history. But it said when Peter got put to death, that he was crucified. And he said he wasn't worthy or something like that to be crucified the same way the Lord did. So I believe he was crucified upside down. Right? But let's continue. It says, this spake he, talking about this, what Yahushua said this for, this spake he, signifying by what death he should glorify the Most High. And when he had spoken this, he said unto him, follow me. So he told Peter, look, come on, Peter, let's go. Right? And it says, then Peter turning about. So Peter turned as they was walking. Right? Remember, they was on the beach, when you go up, up. So as they was walking, Peter just happened to turn around. Right? It says, then Peter turning about and seeth the disciple whom Yahushua loved, which is talking about John. Right? John the Apostle. Not John the Baptist, but John the Apostle. Right? So Peter turned around, he seen John following. It says, which also leaned on his breast at supper and said, Lord, which is he that betrayed thee? That's what John asked Yahushua who was going to betray him when he told him it was going to be Judas, when he was going to, dip the sop. Right? And it says, so Peter, verse 21, and Peter seeing him, said to Yahushua. So look, Peter and Yahushua walking. It says, Peter seeing him, said to Yahushua, Lord, and what shall this man do? Lord, what he gonna do? Yahushua said unto him, if I will that he tarry till I come, what is that to thee? Peter, what if he, be here till I come back? What they got to do with you, though? He said, what they got to do with you? It says, what is that to thee? Follow thou me, Peter. Which, right? Come on, this what we doing. And as spiritually looking at this, we're reading this account, but spiritually looking at this, that's an example for us today. Although, yeah, we all following Yahushua, we all know the end goal and hope for that, our expectations to meet on the chariot and get crowned by the Lord, right? But in this, we got different paths, different gifts, so on and so forth. Where I'm at. So it says, Yahushua said unto him, if I will that he tarry till I come, what is that to thee? Follow thou me. And when I read that earlier, of course, this precept came to mind, Philippians 2:12, it says, wherefore my beloved, which is the house of David, it says, wherefore my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Now, again, going to the point, yeah, we do. It is a blessing having men around us. Why? Not just as far as breakdowns, being deep. But no, men correct us. Men get us right. pull us out that fire like Jude talk about. So all these things are needed. But what it is, we take what we got from the body, what we learn around the brothers, the elders, the apostles, the elders, and the brothers, right? When we learn from these men, because we don't always have to be around, because we got the YouTube nowadays. But when we learn from the body, we take that out and apply it in our own personal walk. That's why I say right here, wherefore, my beloved, see the house of David, as ye have always obeyed, did the right things, in other words, to who? To Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. It says, not as in my presence only. And Apostle Paul said, look, not just when I'm around, just doing the right things. So us, not when we go to camp, or around brothers. But it says, have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now, and especially in the times we coming in. 2 Ezra 16:40, it says, make us ready to the battle. So now is the time, like it says, now was our salvation and nearer than what we believe. So it says, but now, much more. So we got to apply these things. It says, much more in my absence, when we by ourselves. So the Lord bless us with apostles and elders to teach us, to give us that way. Like I said, we heard that word behind us, build us up in the doctrine, Hey, even as far as characteristics, you may have a brother who may have been shy, but him being around, other Akim, you may have broke him out of his shell. Now But the point is, this is why it says, Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times. What we learn from the body, within the body, we have to go apply that in Jacob's trouble when we might be by ourselves. It says the hour of temptations will shall try everybody. It says that Revelation 13, that he calls of all, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Different temptations. Daniel ain't get thrown into the fiery furnace. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego did. Daniel got thrown into the lions. Then they all got tempted. They look same time, same time, with different temptations. John the Baptist and Yahushua got crucified. John the Baptist was thrown in jail, had his head cut off. Right? Oh, we got to get that through the Spirit, Lord willing. That's 2 Ezra 7. Right? Going to the path to the kingdom. But, right, it says, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Fear and trembling. Let's just get that 2 Ezra 7. I thought of that. Matthew 25, Yahushua giving gifts, because when he came back, he will reward each man according to his own works. But again, it's not all about works. Now that play a great part in it, a great deal in it. But first and foremost, it come down to who the Most High chose from the foundations of the world to save at the end of the day. Who the elect? Who the elect? But this is 2 Ezra 7, and I wind it down. The Lord say the same, but this 2 Ezra 7:6. It says, there is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. What's that city? That's the kingdom. And Yahushua said, Revelation 14, that he go to prepare a place for us. Right? No, he said, I go to prepare a place for you, and in my Father's house are many mansions. What's the Most High house? The heavens. Hey, the heavens, it says, is set upon a broad field. Come on, man. That's them different planets out there in the heavens. Set upon a broad field, because what it says, I believe in Sirach, is in Sirach or Wisdom of Solomon. It says the Most High house, or the Most High dwelling, is innumerable and unestimable, I believe, roughly paraphrasing. That's that broad field, that this great place is at. And it says it is full of all good things. I have not seen, neither ear heard, neither have came into the hearts of men what the Lord got for us, man. Roughly paraphrasing. So this is talking about the kingdom of Israel, which the world know as the kingdom of heaven, or heaven. No, this talking about the Israelites' rulership under our Lord, who the world called Jesus, whose name Yahushua, so-called black man. Right? Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's the kingdom of heaven. Starting with the people, we the kingdom of heaven. But let's continue. So we talking about our rulership. It says the entrance thereof is narrow, so it's hard to get there, and is set in a dangerous place to fall. Man, hey, that's likened unto what King David said. Psalms 23, the valley of the shadow of death. Especially in America, although, you know, the elect across the four corners, but especially in that great hall, the one who will get the worst judgment. There's many ways that Satan can sift. Right? So it says the entrance thereof is narrow, and this is the world period, because this man got power over the world. But it says the entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as there were a fire. It's like it says, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water. They the different, what Apostle Paul said, Acts 14:22. Through much tribulation, we must inherit the kingdom. Well, that fire and that water is that much tribulation. Again, those different paths, those different walks. Remember, going back to the account in John 21. Peter, he had to be, crucified, but John, he lived on till he was an old man. You have some standing here who shall not taste of death. Right? 1 Corinthians 15, we shall what? We shall not all die, man. But we shall all be changed. So, that's cool. Different paths, but we all gonna end up in the same place at the end of the day, man. Reunite. That's like Elder Yashawamba is going to that family reunion. Let's look up the definition of reunion real quick. Let's do that. About to go make me a little juice, though. But this reunion... Right? There's a quick Google definition. Oh, that's cool. I'm going to go straight to the one I looked at. It says the act or process of being brought together again as a unified whole. And what was the last time we was together the first time? When King Solomon was the king. When we was living in 40 years of peace. Well, look, this same again, when we going to be unified, all 12 tribes, going to be under Yahushua, who was King Solomon. Again, but the only difference is this the everlasting kingdom. This is who Nathan the prophet was talking about in 2 Samuel 7 when he was telling King David, his son, that was going to come out his loins, that his son was going to be the son of the heavenly father, and his son was going to talk about King David's son now, and his son was going to have a kingdom forever. Right? That was Solomon ain't fulfill that. He ain't where he at. Right? That's why Yahushua, what he told them, the wicked scribes and Pharisees, what you think about the anointed? Whose son is he? But anyway, I don't want to get off point. But yeah, so that's reunion. That's when we all come back together. Peter and John go see each other again. But it says, let's get back to it. 2 Ezra 7. So like it for the rent. 2 Ezra 7:7, it says the entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water. And check this out. This is the point. It says, and only one path between them both. And who's that path ultimately? That's this one truth. This one way. That's why Yahushua said he is the way, the truth, and the life. It's only one way. He is the door. That's that John. That he is the door. So although you got a lot of camps that you see around, Brandon T. Jackson's, who got understanding of the kingdom, but it's truly only one way you can go, and that's having the true understanding of Yahushua, knowing what his sacrifice truly meant. Even first, it's repenting in the true name Yahushua. GOCC say what? You're shy. I ain't too sure, but you feel me? So there's only one specific way. And it says, and only one path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. Each man got to walk that path by himself. Let's read it again. It says, and only one path, 2 Ezra 7:8, and only one path between them both, So through the tribulation, right? Through the tribulation, only one path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. Tell it, look, nobody, no, our favorite brother, can't help us get saved. It's what we do. What we do. Now again, yes, we can assist each other, help each other within the body, understanding, and understandings, experiences, faith, right? But when it comes down to Yahweh Shai to tell each member elect to come up hither, again, if you, man, yeah, man, let's continue. It says, so small that there could but one man go there at once. If this city now were given to a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, then how shall he receive this inheritance? So meaning we got to go through it. There's no other way out. That's why Yahweh Shai told the sons of Zebedee, the mother was like, yeah, can my son, sit on your right and your left hand? And he was like, look, not what you asked. He was like, is they, y'all able to drink of the cup? Because you're going to have to drink of the cup. If the master drunk of it, the servants got to drink. In other words, there was no way out. But what was their response, though? Yeah, we could drink it. That's our response. That's the good report. That's the good report when you go back to Joshua and Caleb them. Coming back with that good report. That's the good report. Yeah, we able to do it. Although we see danger in front of us, right? Although we see Esau coming in like a flood, the hammer of the earth, drones, mechanical robot dogs with guns on it, But what we said, we want to drink of it because we want to be partakers of it. Because as we partake of this, we're going to have to, Lord willing, endure to be partakers of the glory. He said if we keep the word in Revelation 3 and 10. Let's get it real quick. Since thou hast kept the word of my patience, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, which is continue to endure, continue to believe in his truth through the sufferings, because patience going to suffer. So because we have continued to believe, right, even to death, what that is, Sirach 4:28, even unto death, it says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. That's the last test. You see, that's the last and the greatest test. And shortly after that, we should expect to hear that come up hither in the Hebrew tongue. Right? But then it says, and I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion. But let's see, what else? I ended off with this. This Galatians 6 and 4. And I'm going to get the NLT version. Galatians 6 and 4. Now, and the Lord willing, it's been edifying. But, like I said, I was reading John 21, and it happened. Hey, it's written for, it's up in the scriptures. Look, there's many things that the Lord could have had us read. We ain't got the actual book of Abraham because he was a prophet. We ain't got the actual book of Noah, like him going into depth, his day-to-day life, how it was, building and prophesying. We don't got that. We got what we need right now for salvation. So look, if it's in there, there's a point to make with it, But it says, this Galatians 6 and 4 NLT, it says, pay careful attention to your own work, for then you will get the satisfaction of a job well done, and you won't need to compare yourself to anyone else. You ain't looking that day. And it's a thing, Lord willing, because, bro, just as easy the Lord gave it to us, even more easy he can take it from us. That's why, it's fearful, man. Like, that's why it's even uncomfortable to even do these lessons. Because it's so, you don't want that to be you, We don't want that, man. We want to be the ones who endure. Right? But it says, pay careful attention to your own work. That goes into work out your own salvation. It says, for then you will get the satisfaction of a job well done. Matthew 25. He gave his servants different talents, different abilities, different faiths. And on earth, we have to work as a body together. And in our personal life, still have to apply. And when that salvation comes, it's going to come down to what the individual did, though. You know? It says, for then you will get a satisfaction of a job well done. Yahushua told the one I believe he gave 5 talents to. He said, well done, my good and faithful servant. Enter into my chambers. Come up hither. He told the other one, I believe he had 3 or 2. You know, and I'm roughly paraphrasing. But he said, look, you had more. They flipped it. They you know, did it. And ultimately, it's the Lord who making each and every one of us do it. You know? But the last one, he didn't do nothing. You know, you have a lot of Israelites who got the truth, who found the treasure. You know? Keeping it to themselves, keeping it in the napkin. Don't want to, you know, push. You know? Like Yahushua, you had some making excuses. I gotta, you know. And what Yahushua said, look, cast them into outer darkness, and shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So we all have, you know, got the understanding right now. Right? But it says, and you won't need to compare yourself to anyone else, because we all lived our own walk. You know? You know, but let me that's pretty much it. You know, Lord willing, this lesson been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Chakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders, a great millstone, and peace and blessings to all you I came out there, pushing this word with truth and sincerity, as well as all you believers out there who believe on the gospel. You keep fighting, keep pushing. Hey, with that, shalom.